We're camping at Shenandoah National Park in Virginia. Check it out. Hey guys, I'm Kevin with Camp Outside, your inside source for all things outside. Well, we are camping in Loft Mountain Campground at Shenandoah National Park in Virginia. I'm super excited to be here. Never been to this national park before. We're going to spend a couple of days exploring and seeing what we can see. So definitely come along with us. And today is a very special day because it is my wife's birthday. So I'm wearing her favorite color, yellow, and I am about to make her favorite muffins, blueberry muffins. And then we're off for a day of exploring Shenandoah National Park. This is part of our 2023 summer trip. So this is our last official stop. So if you haven't yet, you can go back and check out all the videos from our 2023 summer trip. We've done a bunch of different parks: Cuyahoga Valley National Park, Niagara Falls State Park, the Flight 93 Memorial in Pennsylvania. We've done a bunch of different places. So it's been an amazing trip so far, and maybe we saved the best for last. Let's go find out. How's that for a muffin ring? Happy birthday, Barb. So we drove up to the north end of the park. The park is really, really long. So the north end of the park is 80 miles from our campsite. We're up here gonna go take a look at a waterfall. There's probably no greater gift I could give Barb than to see a waterfall on her birthday. Let's go check it out. Well guys, we made it. It was a pretty long path down, so it's gonna be quite the climb out, but it was worth it. Check this out. It just got done raining, so I imagine the water's gonna be a little bit muddier than it normally is. Got a lot of chocolate milk going on right now. That girl loves her waterfalls. So there's no sign to tell us what the name is for this waterfall, but it's at mile marker 9 in the park, and it's not marked at all. There's no signs that say waterfall or anything. I'm gonna find out what the name is, and I'll tell you later on in the video, but it is definitely worth coming to check out. Now we do the long climb back to the parking lot. Whew, we did it. Let's go find out what else we can see. This park has so many amazing overlooks. Guys, check these out. Here's another awesome overlook. This one's called the Tunnel Overlook because there's a tunnel. How awesome is that? I love driving through tunnels in the Kemp bus. And check out this waterfall. Pretty awesome. These overlooks are spectacular. Just beautiful. I hope I'm not boring anyone with views of these overlooks. I just can't help it, they're amazing. It's pretty windy up here today, I don't know if you can hear that. And there's the birthday girl. I'm gonna make brownies tonight, celebrate her birthday. I think she'll like that. Here we are at the Stony Man Mountain Overlook. And what's awesome is you can see that rain in the distance. Check that out. Like you can just see it pouring over there. That's awesome. There's our resident deer in the campground. Well guys, we just got back to the campsite. I just got done making dinner. We are having pork chops and stuffing for dinner and brownies for dessert. Check this out. That is a heaping pile of pork chops and stuffing. Good meal after a long day of hiking and seeing the sights. Well, we had a little mishap with the brownie. It didn't want to come out of the mold, so it wasn't pretty, but it sure was delicious. So we ate some brownie, have some left over because I don't have kids here to devour it. Fortunately, Garrett and Delaney couldn't come with us on this trip. But as I was sitting here just watching the trees rustle because it's pretty windy today, we had two visits to the picnic table. We had a gray catbird and an eastern towhee, and I had to practice my birding because it's been a while since I've seen either one of those species of birds, so it was really cool to just watch them. They didn't get much because we clean up after ourselves, so I think they just flew in to check to see if there was anything there and then pretty quickly departed. I got a pretty good video of the gray catbird, so here it is. We had a visitor to our picnic table. Just kind of hanging out, I guess. Looking to see if we dropped any brownies. And I tried to snag a video of the eastern towhee, so I'll throw it in there, but it was pretty quick. I'm telling you, these birds love to just visit. So as you can see behind me, it's pretty windy. I'm gonna turn the camera around here. And it's pretty chilly out, at least for towards the end of June. So we're gonna call it a night, I think. We were originally planning to have a fire, but I think we're gonna save that for tomorrow night. So we're gonna head into the Kodiak canvas here, right there, and maybe plan the day for tomorrow, try to figure out what we're gonna do. I know we're gonna go see another waterfall. I know we're gonna go see more overlooks, so stay tuned. So the falls we saw yesterday were Lands Run Falls. So that's the name of the falls yesterday. And then this morning when we were leaving our campground, we saw these deer. Check it out. Some of the deer in the park right outside our campground. of our camping neighbors. All right, so now we're gonna go check out Dark Hollow Falls. Let's hit it. So this trail is about 3/4 of a mile down to the falls and then 3/4 of a mile back, or 1.5 miles total. And you drop about 450 feet in elevation. So quite a bit of downhill and then uphill going back. So be mindful of that. If you aren't in great shape, you may not want to do this hike. But the waterfalls are always worth it, and you can take your time. The other thing is, because this is a national park, a lot of national parks don't let you have dogs on backcountry trails, and this is one of those trails. So Ellie and Tiller would be very upset to know that they couldn't come with us. Good thing they're at home with Garrett instead of on this trip with us. Let's keep going down to the falls. We made it, guys, and this was worth the hike. Wow. Once you get past the main falls, there's still plenty of cascades as we continue our trek downhill. Well guys, we made it all the way down. There's a bridge that crosses the falls, I guess. And check out this view. That's pretty awesome. Well guys, as you can see, Dark Hollow Falls is amazing. We decided to extend past the base of the falls all the way down to the bridge. That's more than a 450-foot elevation change. I think it's just to the base of the falls is the 1.5 mile loop. So we're gonna have probably a 2 mile total trail with additional elevation change. I don't know how much. Keep that in mind, but you can always take your time going back. I'm a big guy. It takes a lot to carry me out of these canyons. So I'll pick a tree off in the distance and I'll say, I'm gonna hike to that, and then I'm gonna stop and rest. And I'm gonna take in the beauty of what I'm looking at. And guys, there's no shortage of places to just rest and enjoy this mountain stream. So even if you're not in the best shape, I think you can do this. Just take your time climbing out. One last look at the falls and the bridge before the climb out. This little guy decided to join us as we were sitting on this rock. Pretty cool little millipede. Just up the trail we encountered this centipede. Really cool invertebrates here at Shenandoah. We made it back to the main waterfall, so we thought it would be a great place to take a little rest before we finish the climb out. Wow guys, that hike was incredible. Awesome, awesome waterfall. Well, it is not all fun and no work for us. We have to get some work done, so we're gonna head up to the lodge at Big Meadow, use their Wi-Fi, and get some work done. But you gotta check out this lodge, it's awesome. So not nearly as big as like the lodges at Yellowstone, but still really nice and really cool inside. Let's go inside. Here's the entry in the main lobby. And this is where we camped out to get our work done, taking advantage of some free Wi-Fi. Nice views of an overlook off the balcony towards the back of the lodge. And a great place to hang out, get a snack, play games, or just enjoy a time relaxing. What an amazing day. We had a great time at Dark Hollow Falls. And then Barb had to work a little bit, which gave us an opportunity to check out the lodge at Big Meadow. Big Meadow is really cool as well. I didn't shoot any footage of the meadow itself, but it's a really, really neat place to just go check out. The lodge is really nice for those of you who aren't into tent camping like we are. And now we're just hanging out at the campsite, sitting in front of a nice fire. Man, it doesn't get much better than this. We've learned a few things that are really different about camping in national parks versus state parks. So in state parks, we're very used to having electricity. And I know a lot of people go camping and they don't want electricity. They want to unplug and get away from it all and all that. And I totally get that. And I agree with that, except for the fact that one of the ways we're able to take these trips is that we take our work with us. And so we do need to power laptops and that kind of thing. And then the other thing is I really miss being able to make ice in our ice maker. So we had to buy ice for the cooler because we didn't have enough ice to last for several days, whereas when we're running our ice maker, we can usually keep up. And then the last thing is that we really, if we want to stay in national parks, need to have an onboard generator on the cargo camper, as well as a 12-volt battery system to run appliances and things like that. And I'd really like to have a 12-volt, 110-volt refrigerator, freezer, chest freezer combo that we can keep things cold in, running off the battery system of the trailer and maybe solar and all that. So it's a lot different camping in the national parks where there's no utilities versus camping in the state parks where we have that a lot. We definitely want to do more national park camping, so we just know we need to gear up so that we can do the things that we need to do in order to make that happen for us and able to keep up with our business and all that. All in all, though, we have had a great time at Shenandoah National Park. We are going to do another hike tomorrow that was recommended to us, and I think it's called Black Rock, hiking to the Black Rock Mountain Overlook. I'm not exactly sure, but I'll tell you tomorrow. And in the meantime, we're going to hang out by this fire and just have a great time and a great evening. Well, good morning, guys. It is day 3 of exploring Shenandoah National Park, and we are going to hit the Black Rock Summit Trail. Let's do it. Check it out. Part of this trail is on the Appalachian Trail. So if you come here and hike this, you can say you've hiked the Appalachian Trail, but just part of it. What a view. This is pretty cool. Check out that big snake sunning himself. I don't know how big he is, but he's pretty big. Look at the garter. Mm-hmm. There's snakes all over in here. Come on, focus. That garter snake lost his tail. How cool was that? 2 black rat snakes and an eastern garter, all in the same spot. Pretty neat. All right, coming to the end. I see the Kemp bus in the distance. This is a great little trail. About 175 feet of elevation change, if I remember the map right. So a little bit uphill, a little bit of downhill, but nothing bad. And of course, you can take your time. And one of the cool things was, we ran into some thru hikers that were going from Georgia to Maine on the Appalachian Trail. So we got to talk to one. He's been at it since March and is going all the way to Maine. So wish him a whole lot of luck as he continues his journey. But our journey's coming to an end, and I'll be back to camp for lunch. They're not wrong. That is a good reason. We came up to the meadow to check it out. Got a little bit of time to kill on our last day here at Shenandoah National Park. This meadow is very, very large, and they don't really know how it got here. I think the assumption is that the Native Americans cleared this meadow. They certainly used it. The Civilian Conservation Corps used it. The Army used it as a training camp, I think in World War II, but it might have been World War I. I'm not really sure. But really, really cool. Well, guys, as we call time on an amazing trip to Shenandoah National Park, I realized that I never showed you our campsite. So we are in the F Loop in Loft Mountain Campground. The F Loop does not allow generators, so I probably won't stay in this loop next time I'm here, because next time I definitely plan to have a generator on board the cargo camper, which will come in handy when I need to run the fridge, or if I need to run air conditioning or anything like that. Most of the time though, I probably won't need a generator. It's the end of June and it's nice and cool here, guys. So being up at elevation definitely beat the heat, but I imagine it does get warm here. So there might be times when you might want air conditioning, but either way, we're in site F178. And guys, I love this site. Let me spin the camera around and show you our site. So I'm standing at the very edge of our campsite, and so you can see we have the Kodiak canvas flex bow up the hill there and a picnic table. The picnic tables are all metal, so they're pretty nice. Got our camp chairs there, and then our fire pit with grill grate. These grill grates are really tall. They're really high up. That's the lowest it goes. So I don't know why it's that high, but as I move around, you'll see that basically our entire site is surrounded by pretty thick woods and vegetation. So we really have a sense of privacy in here. So there's the picnic table and the cargo camper. I'm going to keep coming around here down to the fire pit, and you can see where I was standing. Right, so really, really nice. There's a car going by there. I don't even know if you can see it. Yep, there you can see it. So that's where the road is. And then as we make our way out to the parking area is paved. It's not level. It slopes downward and isn't level left or right. But you can see we get the cargo camper and the van just barely fit. But they're parked right there. And then I'll wander out just so you can see. Look at all this vegetation here. There's Barb. So, and then here's the street. So we're on an end campsite. There's a number of pull-through sites and some back ends. But as you can see, this is definitely one of the nicest ones in terms of privacy. So we'll make our way back into the site here. The bummer is if you had an RV or a travel trailer parked in here and you wanted to hang out under the awning, it would be difficult with all this vegetation here. But really, where you want to hang out is back here. So, really, really cool site. So tomorrow we start our journey home. We're gonna head down the Blue Ridge Parkway to Fancy Gap and then down through Charlotte and then on towards Tampa. So we're gonna have a 2-day drive basically. With that, guys, it's time to say goodbye to Shenandoah National Park. I really, really like this park. It is really, really long though, guys. So if you're planning a trip to Shenandoah National Park, make sure you plan several days. And make sure you plan to cover a lot of ground if you want to see the majority of the park. It's 105 miles, I think, from tip to tip along the road there. So really, really big park. I like Loft Mountain Campground. One of the things that we learned is that the campgrounds in national parks, at least the ones that we experienced here, are much more rustic than most of the state parks. No water hookups, no electric hookups anywhere. So, and then of course, no sewer hookups. So there is a dump station down the way. And by the way, at least in this park, you have to pay to use the showers. So it's $5 for 10 minutes. So a lot different than the state parks we're used to staying in, which at least have electric hookup in most sites. And then oftentimes have water and sewer hookup, at least in the South. Up here, obviously a little different, but I mean, can you beat a site like this? This is amazing. And to be in the national park, you know, that's definitely a plus. So we've really, really enjoyed our time, but it's time to head home. Guys, I really hope that you have enjoyed the videos in our 2023 summer trip series. If you've missed them, I'll put a link down in the description below where you can check out the playlist for that trip. We've been a lot of places, so just a great, great time. We exist to help moms and dads take their kids camping, hiking, fishing, learn about nature, and develop a conservation ethic. We want to help you get you and your kids outside. So if you have any questions about Shenandoah National Park or anywhere that we were on our 2023 summer trip or camping and hiking in general, drop something in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Or you can connect with us on our other social media at Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter, or our website at campoutside.com. I'm going to be doing a gear giveaway here soon, guys, so be sure to click that subscribe button, that little bell icon that notifies you when we release new videos. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I'm Kevin with Camp Outside. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.